everybody? Welcome to episode number 10, Eli Manning's number 10 of the Big Blue podcast. My name is Ian Big Blue, and I'm here with my friend Jeff. And today, we have so much to talk about. We're uploading this episode a little late because the NFL playoffs are starting Saturday, and we agreed that it would be smart to, take a break, get some information, talk about the upcoming playoff games, and we just have a couple thoughts from last week 17 of the regular season. As you guys know, I'm a New York Giants fan. I'm very disappointed with how the Eagles' performance was on Sunday Night Football after the Giants and the Cowboys fought that earlier that day. But I'm not angry the Giants aren't in the playoffs. But I'm very disappointed that a team didn't play all 60 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to make that clear. Very embarrassing to the league, especially on Sunday Night Football. If you're an Eagles fan, you're defending it. I don't know what to tell you. I think you have the wrong idea. All right. You agree?
All right. I agree.
All right, time to talk. The first game of the weekend, the Bills and the Colts. Jeff, who's winning?
Well, I think the Bills. The Bills have the best coverage, one of the best defensive coverages.
The Bills are arguably the best team in football.
They arguably are better than the Chiefs, in my opinion.
Right. Hold it for discussion. The Bills are possibly the best team in football.
Josh Allen looks like an MVP candidate on the back half. He started off as an MVP candidate. So, he's having a really good season in that offense. So I think this win goes to Buffalo. And the Colts are still going to put it up a fight, but it's not going to be
right. But I also never going to count anyone out. But the Colts are the first 7 seed of the AFC, and they can make some magic happen. Really, speaking of that, I saw a really interesting stat today. The last team to win a Super Bowl coming out of Wild Card Weekend was the 2012 Ravens. And going into that, it was actually a 3 streak. It was 2010 Packers, 2011 Giants, and 2012 Ravens. And then since then, not one team without a bye has won the Super Bowl. I found that really interesting.
It's crazy.
I mean, it really shows. I feel like that's why I'm excited about this new playoff format. Because,
it allows more variables.
Exactly. And I feel like, let's be honest, only one team really deserves the bye. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, if 2 teams have a tied record, that's different. But, I don't know.
Goes to the team who, beat the other team.
Right.
Which is almost... Never mind.
I don't want to be, called a casual or anything. I think I knew this. And don't, call me out on this one. But I didn't realize Josh Norman was on the Bills. I kinda. Am I tripping out right now?
Yeah, because he's been on the team the whole year.
I know he's been on the team the whole year. Cause
but he was the one who got stiff-armed by Derrick Henry.
Because the thing is, once I remembered once someone told me, but I'm like, oh my god, yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes,
yeah.
I'm not a casual because I know stuff, but I have to remind myself, Jeff, last year Antoine Bethea was on the Giants, and he retired today. So, congrats on your retirement, Antoine Bethea. But did you know that Antoine Bethea was on the Giants? No.
Oh.
Exactly.
I knew Josh Norman, only reason why Derrick Henry stiff-armed the living life out of him.
Right. And the craziest thing is, I have a captain's poster of the Giants last year, Jeff. All 6 players didn't. All of the 6 players, only 2 games were played, and it was Saquon, and he tore his ACL in the second game. The captains are Nate Solder, Eli Manning, Alec Ogletree. Why am I saying Zach? Zach Diassi, Antoine Bethea, and Michael Thomas, the safety special teamer, and Saquon.
May he rest in peace.
They're all alive.
Saquon Barkley. Well, I know, but Saquon Barkley,
I know what you mean. All right. Back to the games. Next up, we have Rams and the Seahawks.
Well, I don't know. This can go either way. In my opinion.
I think the Seahawks are probably the better team, but I'm not going to count out the Rams.
The Seahawks defense has stepped up in recent weeks. Seahawks offense, though, makes me want to lose my mind because they can't continuously gain like yards. They have to be explosive, and it's really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Rams defense can actually shut them down. So,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with the upset, even with the backup quarterback of the Rams. I think I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Really? See, I like to pick the
I
underdog, but I like Seattle here. I think Seattle realizes. I feel like the Seahawks don't make fun of this. Have a similar trajectory that the Packers have had. They won their Super Bowl rather than falling off the earth. They've just competed every year and just haven't been able to do it. Haven't been able to finish.
Yeah, that's because they also haven't gotten like that. Those top talents in
Right.
the first round. Those top 15.
No, no, you're
So
correct.
it's made it hard to build those pieces. But
Yeah.
they're still really sleeper picks that you can get in the second round. I love if you're not a top 15 pick to be traded into the second or trade your pick to the second round and gain some more
I
value.
would say that of the three, like there's three teams I think of when I think of the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Saints. Three teams that won their Super Bowl and just haven't been able to do anything with the same leading man. I'm speaking of Drew Brees, as you know, Russell Wilson, and Aaron Rodgers. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Saints especially. Um,
Saints are so good.
yeah,
Saints are
but
so
I don't
good.
know if they can finish the job. That's the thing. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Football team, Oh yeah, and I picked the Seahawks. But football team, Buccaneers.
Please, dear Lord, I need the Washington football team to win.
Nah, man, I'm gonna have to go Bucks here. I'm gonna have to cheer against
I know.
my historic division rival, the Washington football team.
I like as much as I think the Buccaneers will win. Like, yeah, that makes the most sense. Um,
No, the football team can
I
compete.
think that the Washington football team will actually surprise, you know,
No, I agree
the
with you.
Buccaneers because that defense front seven is really good, and that secondary will fly around the ball and will try to make plays.
No, Jeff, the
I
football
think.
team can absolutely win this game. I'm rooting against them, and I also think that the football team are brutal on offense. And this isn't to take anything away from Alex Smith. He's a fine game manager, if that at this point. But I'm not. You watched? I assume you watched Sunday Night Football last week. They looked
Oh, it
bad.
was
They looked
atrocious.
bad. Like
Need Antonio Gibson. That's who they need.
right. Like I was watching that game, and the thing that made me feel this is why Giants fans are so angry. For anyone wondering, we were watching the football team let the Eagles win the game every possession. Like we were watching them go. Okay, you know what? We don't need playoffs. But as they did that, they put Nate Sudfeld in and ruined all my hopes and dreams. But
Yeah, that's really sad. No, but still, guys, you still went 6-10, right?
oh yeah, that's right, Jeff. I have a question for Jeff. How many? I just have a question. How many? Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
How many Super Bowls you guys have?
No, you have four. We have four. You have four. We have four. That wasn't what I was gonna say though.
Oh, the Eli Manning having two.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers of having one.
He's gonna get his second this year. What? All right. Ravens Titans.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I like it.
Raven Titans.
Titans.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Except the
Titans.
Ravens have been hot. Like real
The Ravens have been really good.
Here's the thing. I'm a Giants fan. Getting hot in December is the biggest weapon when it comes to the playoffs. When you get hot in December, it's over. Like the Packers 2016. I know they make the Super Bowl, but they got hot at that end of the season. And they came in swinging and beat, never mind. But they came in swinging into the playoffs and they beat a couple good football teams who probably were both Super Bowl contenders against any other team.
Yeah. That's a real factor into this game, but I think if Derrick Henry actually performs well this game, like having 100+ rushing yards, and Lamar Jackson will have to figure out how to make it more like, okay, how explosive can that team be.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring, getting back in this game, staying close with them as much as possible.
I just think when you're hot, you're gonna win.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a rematch of a Tuesday night game if I'm not mistaken, and it's gonna be very cool. I'm not gonna miss that one. Then we got the Saints and the Bears, which to me is the game I'm actually very excited for because I think the Bears are the sleeper of the playoffs. Don't quote me.
No.
I think the Bears are pissed right now. I don't think they enjoyed last week, and I think they want to set themselves up for a rematch.
Hey, if they set
Hey
themselves up for a
Jeff, listen. The Bears cannot stand the Rodgers abuse. Like, no, real talk. The Bears do not. This is above the players on the team. Like, David Montgomery is going to pull out his inner Walter Payton this week just to take a shot at the Packers.
Mitchell Trubisky will pull that all away.
Yeah. But I think, serious talk, I think the Bears really want this win. And I think they want it more than the Saints do.
I think the Saints are overall the better team.
I agree, absolutely. But you have to remember
this
is the same Bears. I'm sorry for cutting off, but this is the same Bears that started 5-1 with impressive wins that we don't have to. We can remember. That
really, they had impressive wins against
the Bucs.
That's it.
All right, you might have me there. Hold on. No. They did have a couple ones. I do remember.
They had the Colts, and that was. No, sorry, they lost to the Colts.
No, they had that. No. I'm going back in time. Don't mind me.
Faced the Lions week 1.
They had that really impressive win against the Giants week 2, which is one of the best defenses in football.
They had an impressive win against the Giants.
No, but
okay.
Real talk. They had the impressive win against the Bucs. That's like the only.
That was impressive. That was a very impressive game. That was a defense.
That was you got me off the spot, but that was the win I was alluding to. I wasn't even thinking of the other ones. Like I was really just thinking of that win.
That's the only win.
But I do. If you remember the Bears Saints game from earlier in the season, it was a very good game.
Yeah, they went into overtime, and I thought, okay, well, the Bears contenders, and then I saw them lose, and I was like, nope.
And that was the start of their second game of the losing streak. By the way, whoever wins the Super Bowl this year with no fans, it's not going to be the best. I mean, there's going to be fans, but like, does Aaron Rodgers really want to win his second Super Bowl with like 10 people in the stadium?
It's still a Super Bowl win.
No. What I'm saying is, I really hope it's a team that already has one. I don't want a team that's winning their first to do it in this fashion. And I mean that in like in the kindest.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Like what's it called? Or even like a team like what am I saying? Like a team like the Bears, for example. I know they've won one, but it's been how many years? Almost 40. It's been almost 40 years.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I don't think the city of Chicago would appreciate that. I think they want a parade. I think they definitely want a parade. So
are they gonna get a parade? Is the real question.
The Lakers won the championship for Kobe and all that. You think you know dang well they wanted a parade and they didn't get it.
Yeah.
All right. Browns, Steelers.
Browns lost their head coach. And
it's not looking too hot for the Browns.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot.
Who's your prediction for the Saints Bears game? We never said it.
I say Saints.
I agree. Except I don't. I don't know why I said that. I say Bears. 100%. The Bears. The Bears. We are good. And I really want to see this Bears-Packers rematch. I want to watch that on the big screen. I want to make some popcorn, and that's the game I want to watch.
Yeah.
And I want to see Drew Brees go into the Sunset supermarket because he's done. He's not going to play any more football. All right. Browns Steelers. I think if the Browns pull this off, it might be one of the greatest upsets.
Yeah, that would actually really shock me, and I will have to give them credit.
I mean, we have to give them credit anyway. Browns are a good football team, straight up.
Yeah, they're a good football team, and I think that's because Baker was more comfortable in the second half of the season with
Absolutely,
Kevin
without.
Stefanski's system.
Now, I don't want to make any irrational statements here, but you notice the lack of
Well,
someone in the second half of the season.
yeah. The lack of Odell. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing because I think Odell Beckham uh, makes some people better and some people worse. I don't think Baker was good with a guy. I mean, I don't want to sound irrational, but I don't think Baker was as good having a guy he could have like Odell, who he could just always know he can throw to. Like, there's some quarterbacks, experienced quarterbacks, who won't like when Eli played with Odell. It wasn't a necessity; it was a novelty. When Baker plays with Odell, I feel like he forced it a little bit. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. I think it's how much Baker puts trust, like how much trust Baker has with Odell, but it makes me question, like, does he have tunnel vision?
Right.
Because he only looks at Odell, and it makes me kind of mad.
And real talk, we can already tell Odell's out of his prime. Like, it's pretty clear.
Oh yeah,
Odell's.
it's clear.
I
It's
don't. I
clear.
don't even think he's gonna make another Pro Bowl. I hate to say it, but I just don't think he.
Hate to see it. You
He's
hate to
not
see
as
it.
electric. But I think that those 3 years in New York, and you could maybe say Saquon's rookie year were like some of the greatest NFL seasons, like exciting player ever. Like,
Nice. Yeah, he was one of electric players. One of those electric players. Really are on.
so who's your prediction? Probably the Steelers, just because.
Steelers. Yeah, because of the coach.
Here's the thing. I would love to be right and say the Browns. I want them to win something, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so, but congrats, Browns, for making the playoffs at least.
All right. All right. That's the playoff talk. But I have a few topics I want to discuss. So recently, I subscribed to ESPN Plus, which is a subscription service. No free promo. I'm not telling you what it is, but I wanted to watch some of the original content on there. I wanted to watch Detail with like the other people, and I stumbled across Peyton Manning's show. It is really interesting to see. Did you know that Jim Brown was a fullback?
Yeah. Did you also know that he almost played professional lacrosse?
No, I didn't know that.
Went to Syracuse and
I did know
he
that. I did know that. Because
played fullback. I knew that.
but like he played fullback the way running backs play. Like he was like the fullback position he played was the running back. Because running back is not technically a position. Running back is just the back, right? A fullback is
Right.
technically a running back. A halfback is like a running back that we consider. Correct?
Yeah, and that's because the halfback is usually considered to be like a receiving back nowadays, where they can
Right.
catch the ball. But
Right.
like a fullback back in Jim Brown was only really
Right.
needed because he ran the ball.
Exactly.
That's what a fullback usually
Right. But that's
does
not
if
what the
he's
fullback
stealing the
is
ball.
anymore. The fullback is more of a blocking player. And just
More
direct.
blocking now, but it used to be you didn't
But
need.
but his play style, I'm saying he would be more than likely listed as a like a modern day running back if he played. Is my point. He would not play fullback. Is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was very interesting how he was like, because like when you rank the top running backs of all time, I always say Jim Brown is like probably.
Number one.
No, I have him tied to Barry Sanders for number one. I think just
Probably
because
not Walter Payton or Emmett Smith.
I think truth be told, I think the legend status that Jim Brown holds just puts him a little. Oh, Emmett Smith, I have like six. I don't think Emmett Smith is all
Yeah,
that.
because I think I know why, but
No, that's not why. I don't think he was ever at. Unfortunately, I think he's a little overrated because of his rushing record. But we all know the reason he hasn't. It's because of the real goat
so,
Barry Sanders, but who let him have it essentially.
and also because of the O line that Emmett Smith had.
And
That O line was
interestingly enough, I
deadly.
compared Barry Sanders and Walter Payton's careers. Barry Sanders, if he like played the same like, I don't remember what I was looking at, but he had much more like efficient stats.
Yeah, I agree.
like per game. Hold on, I'm pulling up their Pro Football Reference. You know what to do. You know what to do. Pro Football Reference.
Go fun stuff for you after you say what you're gonna say.
Right, this is horrible. Um, in his career, in about 12, 13 seasons, he had 110 rushing touchdowns. Right. Barry
Hmm.
Sanders in 9 has 99. Now that's not the crazy part, but it's just the yards in his. Barry Sanders did not even have a season without 1,000 rushing yards, and even had 1,000 rushing yards in a season where he only played 11 games. I mean,
Yeah, like he was dominant, and I would put him like 2.
well, who would you put ahead of
Like
him?
Walter Payton, number 1.
Why is Walter ahead of Barry?
I is Walter ahead of Barry because Walter could literally essentially do it all. He was the power back. He was the
Now that's a fair
elusive
point.
back.
That's a fair point. But I think Barry was just magical, like in his own way.
Barry was a legend, like a living legend because of how elusive he was.
Yeah,
Like he was a guy.
yeah, they're both great backs. Yeah, but
So
I think we got off topic here a little bit, but I think we should definitely have a debate on our top positional players sometime in the future. But thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Big Blue Podcast. We'll see you next week with our reactions from the games and predictions for next week and rumors around the NFL. We'll talk to you later. My name is Ian. I'm here with my friend Jeff, and this is it.
have
Peace
fun,
out.
y'all.
Bye bye.